Hello, I hope you're all doing well. Today I'm going to compare 4 of the distortion types that come inside the Boss Katana 50 Mark II, and I'm also going to see how it responds when we plug a distortion pedal into the front of the amp. Let's have a look. Okay, so distortion. There's so many different types that we can get. We can get distortion from our amp, and we can get distortion from pedals, and we can just get distortion from running things a little bit too hot, but that's the kind that we don't want. So I come from a background where I used a Marshall, and all of the gain that I would use would be on the amp. I had a clean channel and then 2 dirty channels and no external push from anywhere, so all of the gain came from the amp, and that's kind of what I was used to. So the idea of using a pedal was very foreign to me up until the last couple of years. So in order to get a true representation of the actual distortion that we're going to use, I'm going to be using just the clean amp on the Katana. I'm going to keep the gain pretty low and the bass, middle and treble just flat at 50. And then the distortions that I'm going to look at is distortion, the fat distortion, distortion plus, and the gov distortion. And I'm also going to look at 2 stomp boxes. I'm going to look at the Boss Distortion DS1X. This one's awesome. I considered getting the original, the analog distortion. It's technically a digital distortion, so it's been redone and it's now digital. But I watched a few reviews and I preferred the sound from what I could tell in the videos of this, and I genuinely love it. And the other one I'm going to look at is the JHS Paul Gilbert PG14. Now I love the look of this pedal, and I watched a few reviews and I watched Paul Gilbert play through it, and he's amazing. And I thought that I was going to love this, but the few times that I've used it, I genuinely don't actually like it much at all. But like I said, I love the look. So I'm going to play through this just as a good comparison, mostly for myself, but so you guys can also get a bit of a comparison from a few different places. This is an analog distortion, so that's a good example there. Cool, so there's just a few different riffs and a few examples of some of the tones that you can get from each of the distortion types. Let's have a look now at how it works on some lead guitar. So there we go, distortion. So many different types, so many different sounds. And then from that point, if you get yourself an overdrive and put your overdrive in front of a distortion, you're gonna get a whole new sound again. So the possibilities for your tone are endless. Now, end of the day, I think what you should do is you should find an artist that uses a tone that inspires you, that you really like, research what it is that they use, and then go from there. Because end of the day, you can just play and play and play and end up just with so much sound, you don't know what sounds good anymore. So I think it all depends on what you're looking for. If you've got a bit of direction and you know the sound that you're searching for, it's gonna help you sort of dial that in a lot quicker and find the sound that you want. Out of all of them, I definitely think this one is my favorite. I just think it feels good and it sounds good. You can easily get in on the knobs there and dial in a tone in seconds. And yeah, I just think it's awesome. That's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that's given you something to think about. Stay tuned and I'll see you next time.